Here we go. The Ultimate RV Show is back. Please tell me, Chris, that I can use the big voice right now.
No better time to use the big voice because there's no better time to buy an RV than the Ultimate RV Show. Once again, back. Ultimate stage, ultimate RVs, ultimate host, which is why we had to bring in the queen.
Oh, you're kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the Q, Trish Scher.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Ultimate RV Show, Trish.
You guys are the ultimate at selling what you do, and I couldn't wait to be a part of it. This is big.
Yeah,
Y'all
this is
don't
big.
play.
No, we don't play.
This is one of the biggest spectaculars I've ever seen.
Now, the good news is we are live from Indiana. This is the Ultimate RV Show 2021.
I just feel like I need to present you with an award after
I
that.
feel like I just won something.
And the Golden Globe goes too. But the good news is we're in Indiana because we wanted to get the eyes on everything coming off the line first and get them straight to you. I'm talking factory direct, and we don't have 1 or 10 or 30 or even 100. We have tens of thousands in our inventory right now.
And the reason we came to Indiana was because 80% of them are manufactured here in Indiana.
Without
Yes.
doubt.
So why not come directly to the source if we were getting them to you that quickly?
You know design, you know what it looks like to have something good and aesthetically pleasing. With 2022, that's what the manufacturers have done.
I will tell you, it's amazing what you've done with design and function all the way around, and what you guys have curated is like top of the line.
Oh, and with the Ultimate RV Show, we got first looks, we got popular units, we're gonna go through some Q&A sessions, and more importantly than that, we're gonna give you a chance to get your new RV right now. You're not going to have to wait 8 months like if you went to the competition.
Absolutely.
We have over 180 locations with tens of thousands of RVs. People standing by right now to take your order so you can get that RV right now. And if you got a trade, guess what? Thousands of dollars over book value for those premium trade-ins. We are going to make it happen. We'll even come get it and bring you your new unit. How do they get to it?
Well, that's a great question because I'm the kind of person that likes to get on a call. If you're like me and like to get on a call, 866-853-3510. We have got all our specialists standing by to answer any questions from floor plan to delivery to finance.
Well, speaking of specialists, Ian is ready to go with the Gulfstream Illumination. Wait until you see what he has. A first look. Ian, take it away, my friend.
Oh, Chris, Sean, Trish, you are absolutely right. And people are going to want to call when they see the 2022 Gulfstream Illumination. This right here, you guys, is why I love the Ultimate RV Show, because for the first time ever, we are debuting an entirely brand new series, something that no one has ever seen before. You want to talk about a great show, about an ultimate show? This is how we do right here, folks. The all-new Gulfstream Illumination is all about couples coaches. If you're looking for something that's lightweight, just a couple of you, just 2 of you, maybe 3, you go on a little bit extra sleeping, it is provided in all of the floor plans. The cool thing about it is it lets you get out there. Coming in right around 3,600 pounds is all, means that if your vehicle can tow 5,000 pounds, which is a lot of the mid-size SUVs out there, you can tow the all-new Illumination. Folks, I'm telling you, this thing is fantastic. Built super well from the ground up. We'll get to construction in a little bit, but as we all know, if the interior is not working for you, then the RV's just not gonna work. But this one knocks it out of the park, folks. Nice, bright colors. You can see how bright it is inside. A couple different configurations with the bed. We'll get into that a little bit later. You can see right here, you have a fixed bed. You can also do a Murphy bed if you so choose. Twin bed option as well. Those are all going to be different floor plans. Another differentiator is going to be the slide, and we'll get to that in just a second. But windows on both sides of that bed for cross ventilation. That's a big thing. If you're out camping, do a little bit of boondocking, and you're not able to run the AC, you want things to be as cool as possible, especially when you're sleeping at night. You can ask my wife, I'm like a furnace. I just sweat all night long. So having the windows be able to open and get that breeze is absolutely essential. You'll see storage on both sides of the bed. Storage up above. You have electrical outlets and USB ports on both sides. So again, if you're like me and you sleep with a CPAP machine, this will allow you to plug that in. Perfect place to charge the phones as well, in case the kids or grandkids call and say they want to come visit. And you're like, oh yeah, absolutely, come on over. And you even have a place for them to sleep if you so choose. This one right here, the 21QBS, the S stands for sofa because that's what you have in a slide. In just a minute, I'll show you something a little bit different. We'll, again, kind of get a different configuration, but I do kind of just want to show you how the sofa works. This is a jackknife. It's super simple. You fold it up and down just like so. Boom. Now you have that bed. Again, if someone is going to sleep as a 6-foot adult, I'll lay on here. You know, My feet will hang off a little bit, but it is manageable. If I have a pillow, can take a little snooze. It's definitely not awful, right? I can absolutely make that work. And that is something that's pretty rare when we talk about jackknife sofas. As a 6-foot adult, a lot of times I have to curl up into a ball. I don't have to here. So, you know, even if your kids are coming to visit, you have older grown kids, still got a place for them. Plus, if you take a look right back here, there is a ton of storage behind the sofa. That's something else that oftentimes you don't get. A lot of times it'll be, you know, just an inch or so away from the wall. You have a ton of extra storage back there. Great storage as you're going down the road. You know, the slide will be in. You can put everything right back there. You know that it's not going to go anywhere. You also notice storage right up top, and you will see the window. Cool thing about this slide too, folks, is it is a shallow slide. So what that means is as it comes in, right, it's only gonna be right about here. So if you need to pull over and say access the refrigerator or maybe use the bathroom, you are able to do that without opening up the slide. And again, that is a big win for a lot of people. As for the kitchen, even though this is a lighter weight RV, again, right around that 3,600 pound mark, they didn't sacrifice anything in the kitchen. You get the dual bowl sink. You get the 3-burner cooktop. It is recessed. You get the glass cover on there. Oven underneath. If you want to do some baking, you know, maybe you want to cook a pie, a casserole, who knows? Go crazy. You're able to do it. Maybe it's birthday. You want to do some cupcakes? Sure, why not? And if you take a look underneath the sink, right there, boom, plenty of storage for all your pots, pans, everything else that you're going to need. More storage right up top here. Of course, microwave and your hood. We open up the fridge freezer combo. You'll see that this one does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Now, what about heat, right? You're gonna be out there camping, maybe it's a cold night, don't you worry. You'll see right down below is a furnace. So that way that's gonna, you know, just kick out some hot air, make sure you stay nice and toasty in here. And the thermostat for that will be located right here on the wall. Now on the opposite, we talk about climate control. If you are at a campsite where you have shore power or if you have a generator, there is a roof-mounted AC too. So that way you can keep things nice and cool. The controls for that will be on the AC unit itself, and you can see that it is directional. You'll just drop these guys down just like so, and that way you can help control where the airflow is going. It also has what they call a quick dump option. So you can close all these, open that up, and that's great for when you're loading or unloading your RV. It quickly cools the main area right here. And then, you know, once it is a little bit colder, then you can go with the different directions. For entertainment, it doesn't lack here either, right? You'll see it comes with the mount. It is an arm too, so you can pop that out, swing it around. If you want to get a better angle over to the sofa, you can absolutely do that. Everything you need to hook that up is right down here. You'll see it is pre-wired for Wi-Fi. You have your signal booster on there, your components so that you can hook it up to your multimedia center, which is right up top here, so that if you have a DVD, a movie you want to watch, you can pop it right in there and you're good to go. Of course, more storage there, and then a little bit right down below as well. But, you know, this is not where it stops, folks. You know, it's not just inside features. We have some outside features too. So let's come on out. We'll take a look at what we have right out here. So as we head to the back, right, a lot of just really nice things that they have done. So starting off, the very back, they do give you this square tubular bumper, has end caps, so a nice convenient spot to store your sewer hose, and quite possibly the most convenient spot to have your spare tires. You don't have to get down your hands and knees. You can just take that bad boy right off. And then it also has backup camera prep. So that way, if you want a backup camera, no problem. You can have that installed, makes it super simple and easy, and it will save you some money. Power awning on there as well. Touch a button to roll that guy out. You'll see the LED light strip. And I like that it is right next to the RV, not in the barrel of the awning, because that way it doesn't matter if the awning's fully extended or just partially extended, you can still utilize those LED lights. You will also see right here, the arms are adjustable. So when that awning is extended, if you need to adjust the pitch for water runoff to the back end, or just to help a little bit, you know, lower it down as the sun starts to move and get a little more shade, you can certainly do that as well. If we take a look right up front, look at that pass-through storage. Huge pass-through storage in here. You have the table, you can take that out, set that up wherever you want, including inside, of course, right there at that sofa. So you have a place you can sit down, have a meal, or maybe just play a game. Another big one, solar prep, folks. We talk about being able to go out there, do a little bit of boondocking. Solar is exploding right now. More and more people want the ability to be able to get outdoors and enjoy it, especially as campgrounds start to fill up, and that solar prep is a great way to do it. Now, I talked a little bit about build, right, and about construction. One of the big ones is that the Illumination uses Azdel composite panels rather than Luan. And so that's going to do a couple things for us. One, Azdel is going to be lighter weight. So when we talk about a lightweight trailer, a lightweight couples coach, especially if you're trying to get it, to where you can tow it with a tow vehicle that can tow 5,000 pounds, that is a huge one. Anytime we can remove weight, it is a good thing, especially if they're installing a higher quality product, which is exactly what they have done with the Azdel. Another thing that's going to do for you folks is it eliminates any water absorption. So if you've ever seen, this is a laminated sidewall, and if you've ever seen it, there'll be bubbles sometimes on some of the older campers, right? Just a big old bubble, and you're like, oh my gosh, what in the heck happened there? Well, what happened is water got in generally from the roof, came down into the sidewall, and then it's called what they call delamination. It delaminated. So the glue came apart and that popped off because that Luan absorbed water. Well, with the Azdel, that's not going to happen. It almost completely eliminates any chance for delamination in there. And again, that is a big win. Plus, it is a green material. It doesn't have any off-gassing. So if you're one that's going to be sensitive to that, you can feel good about having the Azdel in the walls rather than the Luan. As far as hookup, again, folks, it is pretty simple. You'll have your fresh tank fill right over here. Of course, your shore power will be on the other side. And then also, if you want outside TV, I love that they give you this hookup right here. When we saw inside earlier, we saw that swing arm mount. So what's cool about this is you can have just one TV. So the one that's inside, you can pop that off, come right outside, boop, drop it right down in there, hook it up, and you're good to go. That's all you have to do. You don't have to find a place to cart around another TV. You don't have to have one that, sits in your pass-through and gets broken by your power drill that falls into it when you're traveling. No, the same TV, you are good to go. And of course, that is underneath that power awning, providing that shade, so that way you are able to actually see the TV during the day. Now, getting into the RV is quite simple. You just have a couple fold-out steps and the larger grab handle. This is one of those things that, it oftentimes gets looked over, but it's something that I always notice because I'm a big guy when it comes to convenience. And I like that from the very first step, I can get in, especially because, sometimes my parents will come visit when I'm camping. Sometimes grandma will come and she's not quite as light on her feet as she used to be, right? So having this grab handle here definitely makes it easier for her to get in and out. Another thing that I love is the friction hinge door. No matter where I put it, that's just kind of where the door stays. Can withstand winds of up to, I believe it's 20 miles an hour, which is pretty impressive. And of course, the screen here is very simple to operate. This is something growing up that we didn't have, where you had a handle on both sides, right? You would have to open this, grab the handle from the outside, open it up, close it back before bugs got in, slam the door shut. Not anymore. Everything is definitely, or has definitely been simplified. Now, as we step into this one, this is the 21QBD. Very similar, right? The biggest difference, and as you can see, right, if we look at the front, you'll be like, Ian, well, this is the exact same thing. And that is the point. So the entire Gulfstream Illumination line, all of them are going to be the same size. They're right around that, I believe it's 22 and a half foot, right? So they're all going to be the same size, very close to the same weight. Technically, this one is a little bit lighter. I think it's like 50 pounds lighter or so. But again, they're all right around that 3,600 pound mark dry. Now, if we take a look over at the slide, this is where the big change happens. So instead of a sofa, you have a dinette. So you have some options in the floor plan. Do you want, the jackknife sofa where, you can kind of sit this way and watch the TV as it folds out? Or would you rather have a dinette with a little bit more fixed table? To give you an idea of size, I'm 6 foot tall. Even though this is not a huge camper, I still have plenty of room here for the ceiling. So, if you're 6'2", 6'3", and maybe even have a little bit longer torso, you can probably still fit in this dinette, which is something that can't be said for a lot of lighter weight trailers. So I absolutely love that. And again, you're not losing any sleep here. If you want to turn this into a bed, you absolutely can. You just take the legs out of the pedestal here. This guy drops right down, take the cushions on the back, throw it on top, and boom, you have yourself another bed for guests. Now, as we flip it around, I do want to show you the bathroom, because this is another big piece of the Illumination. As we take a step in here, take a look at all the room I have, all the space. Again, at 6 foot, little over 200 pounds and gaining more weight every day, you can see that I have plenty of leg space, right? No issues right here. Even the door is closed. I mean, the door is right here. I have a ton of leg room. I have great shoulder space. They've angled the toilet perfectly. A lot of manufacturers don't do that, and all of a sudden, like, they would have the space, but they put it in a funny position, and now you're crammed. Not the case at all. I have lots of room. And speaking of room and space, look at all of the storage in the bathroom. You have a wardrobe up there, which is fantastic. So not only do you have the two on the side of the bed, but you get another one right up here. You have an extra drawer. You have space underneath for extra rolls of toilet paper, black tank chemical, whatever else you need to put down there, hair dryers, curling irons. If we're being realistic, this one is going to my wife and I get this, right? That's kind of how it is at home. But the fact that they give you all that storage is great, and you have a mirrored medicine cabinet up top. The sink, good countertop space here, of course, an electrical outlet. And as I take a step into the shower, again, another big factor when we're talking lighter weight units is this right here, folks. Even without that skylight at 6 foot tall, I can stand in here. I can fully turn. Just a huge shower. If you're out there, as you're shopping for some of these lighter weight RVs, I'm telling you, that's one of the things I always check for. Get in the shower, see if you can stand, see if you can turn around, because a lot of times it's not possible. But in the Gulfstream Illumination, the entire line, you're going to get a nice big shower like that, and you are going to love it. And folks, this is, again, the first time this has ever been shown. And if you have any questions, make sure you get online and put them in the message, because when I come back, Scott's going to join me, and we're going to get them answered.
Hi, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Ron.
And we're the Mobergs. We have been RVers for the past 30 years and we love it.
I think we started RVing when we had a really bad camping trip. And then we started small. First time RVers make trips locally. Start off with easy camping adventures and learn before you go big.
We have 4 kids, and so we needed something that had a lot of beds. After they left the house, then we needed someplace for the grands.
See, and that's Harvey and Cecilia.
Another tip is to make 2 lists. A list of things that you brought out of your house, so you put them back, and then make a list of things that you wish you would have brought.
Every RVer needs an extra hose, extra sewer line, and tools, because you never know if you need an extra length to reach the sewer or to reach the hose. It's come up many times.
One thing that we find really important to have is an electric frying pan, because those smells stay in your RV for a very long time.
How's the bacon coming?
That smells really good. So what should we do today?
Maybe go on a motorcycle ride?
Oh, that'd be fun. You're so fun.
I know. Every RVer should buy a camping mat because it keeps your RV clean.
Check your mattress, test it out, and if you're not happy with it, exchange it, because you want to sleep well.
Shop at local seafood markets.
Because you never know, we might not catch anything.
Hey, honey, look what I caught. A triggerfish.
Oh, look at that. That looks fabulous. Another tip would be to have contact cards, because you never know who you're going to meet, and you might want to continue to have a relationship with those folks.
Cheers.
Well, this is quite an adventure.
It's been quite the trip. When you socialize with people, you always end up talking about where they've been and where it's good places to go, and sometimes we end up going with their suggestions.
Leaving a campsite is bittersweet, but there's always another adventure down the road.
More people to meet, more things to do.
That's right. We've really enjoyed it here. This is a beautiful area.
And welcome back, folks. I am joined by my good friend Scott Parkhurst with Gulfstream. Scott, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, my man. So tell me a little bit about, I guess, the thought process behind the Illumination, right? Brand new line, just launched. Let's give us the dirty details. Let's hear it.
Seriously, this just came off 5 days ago. You know, the whole concept, I know you guys have been waiting for it for a long time, but we had to wait. I had to do it right.
Yep.
And that's what we're planning on doing. All 5 floor plans, 22.5 feet long, pretty much on the same base. We started with just a strong bathroom. We know how important that is to folks.
Absolutely.
You know, to have a huge shower, that 30 by 36 shower is so important. You know, big guys like us, it's important to get into it.
Yes.
And having the different floor plans, all with slides, so it opens up that interior.
Yes.
But with being that size, you can take it into state parks, national parks, pretty much wherever you want. And still, with that size, having the safety of having 2 axles.
Yes.
So,
well,
you know,
and a couple things on that, Scott. So, you know, first of all, like you say, you just got this done 5 days ago, right? And I just want to say that's one of my, and I said it when we started, one of my favorite parts about the Ultimate RV Show is we're literally showing people things that are brand new, not even a week old, and we have them here to display.
Didn't start 5 days ago, finished 5 days ago.
Yes, correct, correct. And then we talk about that bathroom and the big shower, and that is, like you say, a huge selling point. Big storage, big shower.
Right.
I've been in so many campers that are this size, right? And like you say, you get in that shower and you start doing one of these, right? Or you can't turn around and start fighting with the curtain, and that is not at all the case in here. And then with the slide, it really opens it up. And as I kind of showed people in that walkthrough, you can still get through. If you need to pull over and use the bathroom or get to the fridge, you can still do it in all 5 floor plans.
Sure, keeps it fun, no venture going, or whatever people need.
Now, we talk about the 5 different floor plans. Can you kind of explain, you know, because it is a new line, they're all fairly similar, like you said, all 22.5 foot long, all weigh pretty close, right?
Around that 3,600 pound range.
So tell us a little bit about the different floor plans and what is offered.
Well, it's kind of different strokes for different folks.
Sure.
You know, some people like to have more time inside. So we had that Murphy bed, both with either the dinette or the extra sofa.
Okay.
People more outside focus on having a bed that they don't have to make every day.
Sure.
So it's right there. And still having that either the sofa or the dinette, depending on how their lifestyle and how they camp and what's important to them. What's kind of exciting for us is the 5th unit that we have.
Okay.
It's with a twin bed.
Okay.
So, you know, for those guys that are hunting or camping or fishing, not necessarily want to share the same bed, they have that opportunity. But also that same configuration turns into a king bed. So, and that's something that I look for when I'm looking for a camper or looking for a trailer, is something with a king bed, and that's what that twin turns into. So
you're getting something that can be towed by a vehicle, can tow 5,000 pounds. You know, nice, lightweight, great quality construction, huge bathroom, and essentially a king bed.
Exactly.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
And also I like you said, kind of, you know, it's almost customizable. We talk about the Murphy bed, and I like that from the standpoint that you can still change out the dinette, right? So or the slide. So if you want a dinette, you can have the dinette and the sofa, or if you want a 2-sofa configuration, you can do that as well. I guess I really like the flexibility that you built in
a 22.5 foot unit to have 2 sofas.
Yes.
So to entertain for extra people coming in, when family's over, to playing cards or just hanging out, it gives you a lot of more opportunities.
Now, Scott, another thing, when we start talking kind of about this weight range, right, we kind of enter the single and double axle, and you talked a little bit about, you know, the safety and stability of the double axle. Why don't you go into that a little bit and why you guys decided to go double axle over single?
Well, you pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
You know, it going down the road, it's not going to bump as much. Security, you know, it's talking to more people my age and a little bit older, you know, they want to have that security that if something unfortunate did happen, that you're going to have those extra tires to support the unit and not put yourself in a position that you didn't want to be.
Sure. And technically, would that give you a little bit more carrying capacity as well, having the double axle?
A little bit, but
pretty close?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. Now, let's talk a little bit, you know, we're talking about axles, let's talk a little bit more about the construction, right? I kind of hit on the Asdel construction, which for me is a big one. But why don't we just kind of walk through the overall construction of the unit, because that's one of those things that it's one of those things people normally can't see.
Sure,
right?
exactly. It's kind of what's behind the wall.
Yes.
And we start off with the configuration of the front, make it more aerodynamic. Instead of just having a front wall that's going to collect that wind, it's going to make it more unstable to drive down the road. We gave them an aerodynamic front end.
Okay.
Behind that wall itself is aluminum. So taking out the wood, which is heavier, you do have more acceptability for moisture behind that.
Yep.
So we removed all that and put just aluminum for your support behind that.
Okay.
You talked about the Asdale, which is a fantastic composite product that we use. And the system we use is a vacuum bonded wall.
Okay.
So we make sure that when it's under pressure, we compress the wall, kind of 100% connection from the wall to the studs themselves.
Okay.
That gives us a great structure. Almost makes it a unibody construction.
Okay, and it's all temperature controlled and everything too, correct, as it's going through there?
Temperature and moisture.
Yeah, and that's huge. And we talk about, or I spoke about, right, like preventing delamination. Again, that's a big part of it, is making sure you have that complete adhesion across the entire wall.
Yeah, with the new technology, with Asdale, will not mildew, will not mold, does not collect moisture whatsoever.
Okay.
Which eliminates any of that gassing that creates the delam under some of those older trailers.
So talk to me a little bit about climate control, right? Talked about the furnace, the AC. I see we went with a roof-mounted AC, which I absolutely love. And again, when we're kind of in this range, you can, I've seen roof-mounted, I've seen sidewall. Talk to me a little bit about the climate control on this unit.
We have a 13.5 air conditioner.
Okay.
You saw the directionals that we have up on the unit itself.
Yep.
So you can pretty much point the direction of that cool air wherever you want it. When you're sleeping, you can close off the other vents and just focus on the bed itself.
Okay.
Or open it up if you want to cool the entire unit. It has a 16,000 BTU furnace on it.
Okay.
Which is propane.
Excellent.
Which in this size unit is more than adequate to heat the unit. Okay.
Now, kind of with the propane, I know that we talked about some people like to be outside a little more, right? Is there anything on this unit that kind of, I saw the outside TV. I'm just kind of thinking, anything else? Do you have like a propane quick connect or something for people that like to spend a little more time outdoors?
Sure, with a quick disconnect, you can hook up your LP range, your grill and whatnot. But as you're talking about the outside TV section, you saw the connection for the satellite, and also the 110 connection, but also the bracket itself is kind of special. Because we have the exact same bracket on the inside. So you can actually take your TV, lift it up, and bring it outside. Because obviously you're not going down the road with the TV hanging from the outside. So you can have it either in and out, depending on what kind of mood you're in.
Excellent. Now, if someone is a new buyer, right? They're just getting into it. As we see more and more people getting into RVing, which I absolutely love. One of the things people always, think about is warranty, right? Kind of some issues that may come up down the road. What kind of warranty are we looking at on the Illumination product?
We have great warranty from Gulfstream. It's a 3-year structural warranty, which pretty much means anything that we constructed, that we made, has a 3-year warranty on it.
Okay.
Then you have your different warranty on your different components. Your air conditioner, your furnace, even your roof has a 12-year limited warranty on it. Your graphics have a warranty on it. We were talking about the axles and the tires before.
Yeah.
We even have roadside assistance for 1 year on the tires themselves.
Wow, that is very impressive. And I saw a solar option on there as well. With solar being a little more forward, I guess, these days, right?
Sure.
I love that addition. But with this one, it still has the gas absorption fridge. So even without, if you're looking to boondock, you can do a little bit of solar, recharge those batteries. The fridge can run off propane. So if you kind of want to get out there, this one lets you do it.
We gave you a lot of different options on that. Now, the solar option. The prep is there if you want it or don't. The Wi-Fi option is there. It's very easy to hook up Wi-Fi with your router and whatnot.
Yep.
Backup camera prep is already there. So if you want that added security or confidence when you're backing it up,
lets you do it nice and easily.
Exactly.
Well, Scott, thank you so much. You have an absolutely wonderful product here, folks. This is just one of so many things we have here at the Ultimate RV Show. This was a first look, and I guarantee there's more coming, so stick around.
It really is a beautiful spot to just sit and ponder. Water, we waiting for? RV ready to go? Sure hope we aren't late.
Jerry.
Oopsie doopsie. Yep, I knew it. It's the battery.
Hey, folks. Uh-oh. Open hood, never good.
I hope you brought some oranges, because we are out of juice.
Dad joke. Let's get you back on the road. Good Sam Roadside Assistance covers your RV, your trailers, and all your vehicles. And just like that battery, your jump start is free of charge.
What?
I thought you'd like that, Dad. I'm sorry. Make every trip a good trip. Good Sam. Everything you need to have a good trip.
What have we learned so